Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session. So we are in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is titled Deva Asura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Deva means divine, Asura demonic, Sampat wealth, Vibhaga is a classification. So Krishna in this chapter classified divine and demonic wealth, sampada. Sampada is like a wealth one accumulates. One may have a bank balance of X dollars, XX dollars, right? So in the bank that wealth accumulates, right? So for a soul going through transmigration from one body to another, many lifetimes, the soul is accruing some wealth, accumulating some wealth in every lifetime. So the wealth is not the material wealth, money, gold, or nothing we can carry forward. The only thing which gets carried forward is our nature or our qualities, which is of two types, divine and demonic. So it's also very important if we learn the title of the chapter, if we can understand the title of the chapter, learn the title of the chapter, we can connect all these things. So whatever Krishna has spoken in this chapter, we can easily relate. Okay. So 13th chapter, 14th chapter, 15th chapter. If you know the titles, then easily we can connect all the dots. Okay. So I'll give a quick glimpse of this chapter and we'll get into the verses for today. So first three verses, Krishna spoke about Devi Sampada, the divine qualities. Abhijadasya Bharata. Krishna says the soul is born with these divine qualities. Okay, so that means he was practicing divinity, divine qualities in the past life. Many lifetimes he was divine. It is because he was divine, he was born with all the divine qualities. If he is born with the divine qualities, what are the list of qualities? So Krishna gives a list of qualities. There are 26 in number. Okay, it's not just limited to 26, there could be many, but Krishna gives a 26 number list. This chapter, entire chapter is a mirror. Entire chapter is a mirror. We can see ourselves, what are our qualities, where we stand. Okay, so we covered all these 26 good qualities, divine qualities, learnt more about what is this quality, how to cultivate this quality, what we can do from our side to cultivate this quality in our previous sessions. From today on, we'll see the verse 4 onwards, where Krishna talks about demonic qualities, demonic natures. Okay, and these kind of things are very hard to hear. People don't like to hear this, but this we need to have the proper understanding about what is divine, what is demonic. If we see ourselves in the mirror, then we could do something about it. Right, when our mirror reflection is shown in our mirror, we can see our face is dirty, we could wash our face, right? So that's the same thing. Or when you see ourselves through this chapter, we can do something to purify ourselves. Okay, so rest of the chapter Krishna talks about demonic, and finally Krishna says that follow scriptures. One may say, Krishna, you are saying divine and demonic qualities, how do I know? Where can I learn from? How to be divine, how to be demonic? So Krishna says, you study from the scriptures. If you are demonic, then I have to put you in demonic species of life. You have to go through this animal species. It's hard to even to get out of that. Lust, greed, anger are three gates to hell. But if you want to be divine, if you want to cultivate demonic quality, divine qualities, not demonic, divine qualities, learn from scriptures, learn Bhagavad Gita, learn Ramayan. There are demonic people, there are divine people. Learn Mahabharat. There are demonic people, there are divine people. Learn Bhagavatam. You can see all divine and demonic qualities of people. These are not mythological stories. These are the stories or the pastimes from which we can learn ourselves, see ourselves. I don't want to be like Duryodhana. Right? This is Duryodhana nature. I don't want to be like Duryodhana. I want to be like Yudhishthir Maharaj. Right? So we can put ourselves into their shoes and see. Right? So that is the reason this scripture helps. Krishna says you study scriptures. When you study scriptures, understand scriptures, then you can elevate yourselves. Otherwise, you're gonna get doomed. Alright, so we'll start the verse for today. I'll ask someone to read. Anybody want to read? Arun Prabhu or Aditya?
Yeah, I can read Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah. दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ सम्पदमासुरीम्. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature, O son of Pratha.
Thank you, Prabhu. So first three verses, Krishna spoke about divine qualities, divine natures, gave a 26 number list, and from here on, Krishna talks about demonic natures. Okay, so the classification also seen by the nature they acquire, right? If they are in the mode of passion, ignorance, all these things can be seen. Okay, if they are in the mode of goodness, we can see the first three verses. Krishna spoke about all the divine qualities. If a person is sattvic in nature, divine in nature, right? So because of sattvic in nature, he see the all the good qualities. We can see all the good qualities. Okay, because of excessive passion and ignorance levels, rajasic and tamasic levels, all these negative qualities, demonic qualities can be seen in a person. So this is a list. Krishna goes on. Dhambo darpo abhimanasya krodham parushyam agnanam chabhyadasya parda sampadam asurim. Abhijatasya, Krishna word use the word again here, Abhijatasya. Abhijatasya is someone who is born with demonic nature. Hmm? So one may say there is no previous birth, there is no previous birth, there is no karma, there is nothing, right? So if that is the case, if you take 100 children and see the mentality of 100 children, it's all different. The qualities and natures, if you want to look at their demonic natures, right, as they grow, it's totally different. Where are they coming from? In previous life, many past life. Hmm? Yeah, even the small kids, they fight with other kids, and where are those tendencies coming from? These are all from the past life impressions. They carry on, and and can be seen. Abhijadasya, Krishna says the person, because of past life impressions, they is accumulating the wealth of demonic natures and is born with these demonic natures. As this person grows, all these things manifest. He exhibits all these demonic natures as he grows. Okay, so what are those natures? We'll see. So Krishna listed out the first thing is Dhamba. Dhamba is not Dambu or dumb fellow. Dambu is Dhamba. So Dhamba means hypocrisy or pretension. Okay, so so let's see what it is. So this person, he displays religiosity or dharmic or virtuous person. He showcases himself to be a dharmic person, most virtuous person, divine person. He's not divine, but he pretends to be divine, and shows his virtuous nature for what? For name, fame, popularity. I want good name. I want good fame. I want material benefits. So these are the qualities he show. Let me mute. Yeah, okay. So he's not virtuous person, but he pretends to be virtuous. Okay, so we can take the example. We can see this people do cheating, they scam and cheat people, and they donate money. They pretend like they're a very virtuous person. They give some, they cheat 100K money and they give 50K, $50,000 in charity. When he goes there, he pretends like, oh, he's the most virtuous person in the world. Everybody falls at his feet. Oh my God, this person is very, very charitable person, and and he pretends like he's a very divine person, virtuous person. Behind the scenes, when he goes to his home and his wife asks, "Honey, where is this money coming from?" And he says, "My dear honey, this money is coming from I cheated, I scammed, and if I donated, now that I donated, my sin is removed." So that kind of mentality is called dhamba, hypocrisy or pretension. He's not virtuous, but he pretends to be virtuous. That is also one of the demonic nature, as per Krishna. Okay. Other thing Krishna says, we say one of the other example is like, we see in the politicians, they pretend like they are virtuous people. All the what they want votes and they want popularity. They have a inner motive. They have some bad inner motive, but they pretend to be very virtuous and do all kinds of seva. They go to the people's home, wash the dishes, make the tea and give the tea to the people, and behaves like a very humble person, very natural, great person. So much pretentious, so much hypocrisy. No? But when he wins the award, wins the election, and he shows his real face. He pretends to be divine, but he's not divine. Right? That is Dhamba. That is why that is demonic in nature, as per Krishna. Okay. So next list short Krishna list short this another quality is Darpa. Darpa. Okay. Darpa means pride and arrogance. Falsely puffed up with birth, wealth, education, and booty. It's called Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shri. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, Kunti Maharani says these are the four things one get intoxicated with. One becomes intoxicated because of these four things, and he become proud. He become arrogant because of these four things. What are the four? Janma, birth. Huh? One would think, like we see in this world many people like that. I am the son of X person. I am the son of this person. Whom do you think I am? Who do you think my father is? Who do you think which this my family is? Hmm? This kind of nature is demonic nature. He's so too much puffed up with birth and the caste or what are the he born his family members, his father or whatever. Hmm? So one get intoxicated. Because of this so-called this nature, they create problems to themselves and others, right? Hmm? बिगड़ा हुआ बच्चा we say right, बिगड़ा हुआ बच्चा is good for nothing. He's totally ruins himself, doing all kinds of nonsense things because of he's very proud of his family lineage, and he creates problems to everybody. So these are the tendencies of a demonic person. One is birth. Next is wealth. Aishwarya. Aishwarya. One could get intoxicated or proud of arrogant because of this so-called wealth. We see in this world. Do we see people, everybody, all the wealthy people are so virtuous, so humble? If that is the case, entire society, entire world will be a best place to live. But there are always people who are very proud of their wealth, and they showcase their wealth and doing all kinds of things, just to showcase their wealth and very proud, and they create problems to themselves and others. They throw away money on people. Whom do you think I have? So much money. I have so much money. I just throw on your face. Tell me what are you want. Let me go here. So all kind of demonic natures they show. Hmm. So one get intoxicated or proud because of their wealth. Hmm. Third thing is education. Education should purify a person. Should make a person good person. Huh? But education or talents or skills also intoxicate a person. Intoxicate a person. One becomes proud of his abilities, his skills, his education, whatever he learned. Hmm? We see in this world, people like, look at me, who do you think I am? I am the most talented person in this world. I can do this thing, I can do that thing. We see in our office organizations, the place we work, So, you can see people with these qualities. They're very proud of their talent skills. They showcase themselves. I'm this person. I'm so and so. People get intoxicated again. This nature, they create problem to themselves and to others. They unnecessarily debate with others, argue with others because of this tendency that they are very talented. They know everything. Nobody knows anything. Right? Uh, these kind of people are harmful to society also. Right? So again, yeah, other thing is beauty. One could get intoxicated with beauty. Beauty is good, and according to individual karma, past life impressions, karma, he did good karma, bad karma. According to his karma, he'll get a body, he'll get an appearance. It's good. But we know many people, they get intoxicated because of beauty. They think they are the beautiful person in the world. They're handsome or most beautiful woman in this world, and Many things we all know this. We watch movies. How people get intoxicated. We watched real life also, like the movie celebrities. Yeah, they're so much intoxicated because of beauty, and they create problems to themselves and others, right? So these are the four things: Janma, Aishwarya, Shrutashi, birth, wealth, education, beauty. One would get proud, and Krishna is saying that is one of the demonic nature. Okay, one of the demonic nature one should stay away from. And let's move on. Third is Abhimana, conceit. Now that this person is thinking he has good birth, he has so much wealth and so much education, he's beautiful, or one or many of these things, and now that he has all these opulences, he start thinking he's superior to others. I'm the greatest person in the world. Okay, what you have nothing. Look at me. I'm this person. Okay, so you should respect me. They expect respect because of their abilities, talent, skills, or birth, wealth, or whatever. Huh? And we see in this world, like, and if someone is walking on the road, if the wealthiest person is going in the car, and this person is not saluting or saying hi to him, and they try to jump on them and kick them, hit them. So we see all those things in this world. There are wide varieties of people like that. They think themselves gods, and they know everything. They're superior. In our office culture also, like, we see some people think they think they are the best person in this world. And they want respect from everybody. uh, so if a team of five people in this there is a team of five people in any company, they are working together, and this person showcases his talent, skills, and says he is the best person, and everybody should respect him, and everybody should appreciate him. If people doesn't appreciate him, he creates problems to himself and others, right? So we see like kings, rulers, people, they live a life of self-centered, self-centered life. I am the greatest person. I am most famous person. Everybody should talk about me. Entire world should talk about me. Entire my company should talk about me. My team, everybody should talk about me, glorify me, appreciate me. Hmm? These kind of tendencies, Krishna is saying, these are all demonic natures. Demonic natures. Okay. Now that we go to office, we look at these people, we should not point out like, okay, this person is demonic person. As per Bhagavad Gita, this chapter, this person is demonic nature. This person has demonic nature. This person is demonic. This is not to point out others, but this is also to point out ourselves. This chapter is a mirror, we should see our own reflection. So what qualities we have? Am I falling into these categories? If yes, then I need to work on. Okay, so you know human life is meant for that purpose. If you see animalistic life, other species of life, there is no education. There is no gnana, there is no education. We don't see a dog or cat going to a school and learning something, and getting degrees and earning money and living a sophisticated life, or studying Bhagavad Gita. That facility itself is not available. Mhm. The other species of life, that species facility itself is not available. It is available only in the human species of the life. Vedas, scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, the message of the God is meant for humans. It is meant for humans for purifying ourselves. Human life is an opportunity to understand, learn, understand, and purify ourselves. Okay, so what this Krishna is saying, it is for ourselves to look at ourselves and study, apply in real life, and purify ourselves. We want to elevate ourselves from demonic to divine. Okay, Krodha, Krodha, excessive anger. This person who is demonic, he cannot control his anger. Okay, so we looked at in previous session also, anger in itself is not wrong. Okay, a father to discipline a child, he has to show anger. Okay, anger in itself not wrong. But in the pursuit of disciplining his child, if he starts hitting the child, he's losing his control, and he's burning with something, he's burning the child out of excessive anger. That is a problem. Okay, there are different ways to discipline a child. We can see in the organization also. There are different ways you can discipline a person with ice. Just by eyesight, one person can be disciplined. Right? But people cannot control their anger levels. anger level. They showcase their anger levels and excessive anger levels and create problems to themselves, others. All this, all in this society, in organization, in this country, whole world, so much mess because of uncontrolled emotions. People cannot just control their emotions. People cannot just control their emotions, right? Excessive anger levels. And they get really frustrated. They don't when they don't get what they want. This is also one of the demonic nature, right? If you don't have something, we always hanker for something. I wish I had it. Now that I have it, uh, um, I will get attached to it. If that attachment is taken away, then we'll get mad. Why this is taken away? I want it. So when what they want is not, when they're not getting what they want, they go mad. It could be anything. It could be job. It could be anything. So anger in itself is not wrong, but if the anger goes out of control, that's a demonic nature. One has to stay away. Parusham. This is another important thing. Parusha. Harshness. uh, Cruelty in speech, rough language, rude, insulting others. This is another one of the demonic nature. There are different ways as we communicate in our family, in our organization, in our place, anywhere we go. The communication is very important. People struggle with communication. Seriously, people struggle with communication. Uh, there are many ways to say. Okay, now if I want work to be done, I could use a gentle language. I could use a rough language. It varies. Again, depends on time, place, circumstances. One has to use rough language. That is okay. That's good. Okay, but out of our demonic natures, these demonic tendencies will come out. Sometimes the situation we have to handle gently with gentle words, but we use harsh words, you know, unnecessarily. There is a way to say, "Can you move this aside, sir? Can you take this from one place to other? Like, can you move this aside? Your laptop is disturbing me. Can you this is my table. Can you move your laptop to other table? Would you mind taking this laptop to other table?" There is a nice, gentle way to say, or other way, harsh way to say is, "Hey, come here. Take this laptop out." What do you think you are? Take this laptop out. Throw this away. This is the intention is same. Like, he wants to get this laptop out from the table. But how is he doing? He's doing a violent way or non-violent way? Right? It's this non-violent way he's communicating because of this harshness. This is also demonic quality. Where this is coming from? Many past lifetimes or current lifetime. He has been demonic. Is very important thing. He has been demonic. He developed these demonic qualities. He was harsh. He was harsh in many lifetimes. It is because he was harsh to people in many lifetimes. It is continuing in this lifetime also. Okay, rough language, being rude to people. Hmm? This need to be carved out. If a person wants liberation, moksha, if a person wants divinity, wants to be a good person, he must cultivate, he has to stay away, he has to be humble, gentle with people. Okay. Again, time plus its circumstances matter, when to be gentle, when not to be gentle. Okay. Yeah. And another thing Krishna says, Ajnana, ignorance. And one of the demonic tendency is he doesn't know what to do. He cannot discriminate what is right, what is wrong, what is dharma, what is adharma, what to eat, what not to eat. As per scriptures say one has to take a certain type of food which helps him to develop sattvic qualities, divine qualities. One has to prohibit, stay away from certain type of food. hmm, Right? Those trigger the demonic natures. They'll make nerve stimulating food that create problems to our consciousness. One has to stay away from food, demonic food. So it's also important what to eat, what not to eat, what to drink. There are prohibited drinks. There are good drinks. There are prohibited milk and alcohol. There is a difference, right? There is a difference. The Krishna is saying a person who is demonic, it doesn't know what is milk, what is alcohol. It doesn't. He cannot even discriminate. He thinks who thinks milk is for bache log. This is for me. Right? He cannot even discriminate what is right, what is wrong. why one has to do certain things, why one should stay away from certain things. He cannot discriminate because he doesn't even have knowledge. If there is a knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, studying scriptures, then we'll get, then entire chapter Krishna talks about one thing: scriptures. Study scriptures, learn from Bhagavad Gita what is the right way of living. Sanatana Dharma teaches the right way of living. Okay, it helps us to it. Some of the principles and practices in Sanatana Dharma makes a person divine. Okay, if a person rejects this scriptures, rejects all the things, there is no chance for him to elevate. Okay, so it's also important. Now we'll see the examples of scriptural examples. Okay, Ravana, Duryodhana, Kamsa, Sishupala, Jarasandha. Huh? Are those are those Rakshasa divine or demonic? They're demonic people, right? So there is something like Rakshasa family and Asura family. Rakshasa and Asura, they are different. There is a difference between Rakshasa and Asura. Rakshasas are born in like the big eyes, big. We see in pictures, movies, all the demonic face, very terrible, terrifying face uh, with long, sharp hands and feet, wide varieties of bodily structures. The Rakshasas, right? So, but Asuras are different. Asuras are the one who look like humans, normal human beings, but they have demonic natures. Asura is different, right? So if you see Ravana, Duryodhana, Kamsa, Shishupala, they're looking like human beings only, but they are considered asuras because of demonic natures they had. Demonic natures they had. Okay, so when can we say a person is a good person, a bad person? This person is very good person. This person is very bad person. How can we classify that? We can classify by their nature, by their qualities. A good person is the one who has good qualities. A bad person is the one who has bad qualities, demonic qualities. Right? So you can see the example here, Ravana. Ravana was really puffed up with all his education, beauty, all the wealth, and he wanted himself to be worshipped. He thought he is God and everyone should worship him. He has uncontrollable anger levels, and his voice, the way he speaks, even to Sita Devi, Mother Sita, how harsh he was, how harsh he was. uh, His violent communication, and he knows very well. He has knowledge about dharma, but he was totally asuric. His tendencies he doesn't want. There's a Ravana example of Ravana. Duryodhana was like that. He was pretending to be a virtuous person, all cruel intentions, cruel personality, cruel mentality. He was proud of his all his ancestors. Kuru Vamsha is very proud of it, and he is proud of his strength, and he created problems to himself and others. Entire Mahabharat happened because of his excessive proud, and he was also he wanted himself to be glorified. Everyone should appreciate him. He has no qualification, zero qualification, but he desires more appreciation, glorification. Totally wrong. This happens to us in our life also. Uh, if someone is appreciating others, we should see like, okay, this person has these qualities. Because of these qualities, he's getting the appreciation. But we become envious of that person. We become envious of the person. So there is a thing, right? Duryodhana was like that. Okay, he wanted all glorification, appreciation. He has no good qualities at all, uh, and he has uncontrollable anger, excessive anger. We can see in the whole Mahabharata. If I talk Mahabharata, then I can go for 1 hour. So we'll quickly move on, and we can see Duryodhana how harsh he was. He was so harsh to Bhishma in the beginning of the chapter, very first chapter. Bhishma, his grandfather, he was the one who is helping. He's a divine person. He should be helping the Pandavas, but he was helping Duryodhana. Duryodhana was creating problem. He was so harsh with his the elderly people. Uh, so the violent communication can be seen. When we look at Duryodhana, we can see if we need to put ourselves in Duryodhana's shoes. Am I like that? Will I do like that? Or we need to put ourselves in Yudhishthira's shoes. Like, okay, if it is Yudhishthira, if I am Yudhishthira, what I will do? I am Yudhishthira, what I will do? Then this Mita, this all this Mahabharata, this is for ourselves to put ourselves into those roles. Huh? By watching Mahabharata, we need to learn and elevate ourselves. By learning Bhagavatam, we need to elevate ourselves, right? Not just a movie, fun movie, and these things. And Kamsa, Shishupala, and so on. So Jarasandha. Uh, these are the checklist. If you put these people and put a check boxes, and this people will be checked. They got the tick marks for all these qualities, and we need to put ourselves also in this. What check boxes I'll check here by these qualities. Okay, and how to the important thing, how to overcome these negative emotion, negative traits. Yes, it is expected because of not properly having knowledge or whatever from the past life impressions we are carrying. We show these some levels. Some people show like high levels of these qualities, negative qualities. It could be 99%, 100% anger, 100% arrogant, right? Or some people have little bit of arrogance levels, 1 or 2%. Okay, so it varies. It varies. We need to see ourselves and work on. Okay, the what we can do from our side, right? What we can do from our side? What tell me some practical things I can do from our side? Take Cultivate sattva guna. Sattva guna. All these negativities are because of rajas and tamo guna. Cultivate sattva guna. How to cultivate sattva guna? Tell me. So Krishna spoke about in food in chapter. Eat sattvic food. Start to eat a sattvic food. Huh? And the sattvic food, the food that is sold in the temple, healthy food, which is not nerve stimulating. It pleasant to our mind and consciousness, not stale food, right? So this is sattvic food. If a person eats sattvic food, lives a sattvic life. What is sattvic life? Sattvic life, what kind of data we are putting into our brains is also important. In our 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., throughout our day, we associate with many people. We watch YouTube videos. We watch YouTube videos. We sit together with friends and people, and so much data going into our minds. So much data going into our minds through various means. Through various means. If you are working from home, that is good. So working from home, at least certain things can be avoided, which is nice. But so we have to deal with people, or demonic natures will come out. So what we can do from our side? So it's a sadhana. Human life is meant for austerity, tapasya, right? Practice devotional service. Before going to office, take some time to meditate on ourselves, meditate on God, chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Some spiritual practices, those will help. Meditation, spiritual practices, before. Like if you are not a beginner, if you are a beginner, you can do for 5 minutes. If you have the ability, you can do for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Spread that. Yeah. Whatever we do, morning hours are really good. Morning hours, whatever we do is beneficial throughout the day. Even though we may be demonic, even though we may be demonic, yeah, so then our consciousness is purified. We may not show these demonic qualities as we practice. Okay. So one may ask how this practice, how a devotee lives, how a devotee conducts his life. Can you tell me an example? How a Vaishnava? So I can show this, right? So a devotee, a practitioner of a spirituality, and he doesn't showcase himself. He's not hypocrite. He's not doesn't showcase because he knows what are the wealth, what are the possessions he has. He consider it is given by God. God, my Lord Krishna has given me. My Lord has given me. Uh, there's no question of duplicity or showcasing anything. Pride. A devotee, a practitioner of spirituality is not proud of any of the skills, abilities. He knows very well. He studied chapter 10. Chapter 10, Krishna spoke about himself. Chapter 10 and 11, all his vibhutis. If a person is skillful, if a person is wealthy, if a person is rich in beauty, what are the yatyat vibhuti matsatvam srimad urjita vimata? Krishna said it is because of God. God has given those abilities to them. If a bulb is shining, uh, the energy is given, that the energy is electricity. It is because of electricity bulb is shining, right? It is God's opulences we shine by wealth or education or beauty. It is God's opulences. God is one who is uh, making us shine, and we attribute to the God. A person practicing spirituality attributes to the Krishna. It is because of you. I'm wealthy because of you. I'm highly educated because of you. I'm beautiful because of you. He replaces his thoughts like that, then there is no question of pride, no question of pride, zero. Huh? And he doesn't want himself to be self-centered. He knows very well, my Lord, it is because of you. It is because of you. You are to be worshipped. If someone glorifies him, he says, it is because of my Lord. Transfer that glories to my Lord. And that is the nature of that. It's a mindset change, right? It's change of mindset. Not taking to ourselves. If we take it to ourselves, then we'll become more and more demonic. Just transfer it to Krishna, Supreme Lord. The practitioner of spirituality is not even anger. There is no question about angry, and he is gentle with his communications. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. There is no question about being rude and harsh to others, right? So all these spiritual practices help us to elevate our consciousness from demonic to divine. Okay, so we'll move on. If you have any questions, hold it and you can ask later. We have another 15 minutes. We can do these two verses. Anyone wants to read this?
दैवी सम्पत् विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरी मथा मा शुचः सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातो असि पाण्डव. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. द्वौ भूत सर्गौ लोके अस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तारसः प्रोक्त आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु. O son of Pritha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac.
Thank you, Prabhu. Devi Sampat Vimokshaya Nibandhyaya Asuri Mataha. What Krishna is saying, Devi Sampat is conducive to liberation. Asuri Sampat is that creates bondage in this material existence. What does it mean? Sampat means a wealth. So we can, what Krishna has spoken, all the qualities, we can make a chart and make a checkbox tick. How much sampat I have? Do I have asuric sampat, divine qualities or demonic qualities? How much what I accumulated, what I have accumulated in through many lifetimes is something we can evaluate and see ourselves. We have fallen into asuric sampada and our divine sampada. Mostly that we are all on this earth. We are not in the spiritual world. Okay, by the way, we are not in the spiritual world. We are all on this earth planet. We all have wide varieties of variations of divine and demonic natures. That's why we are in this earth planet. Um, what Krishna is saying, if you have good qualities, divine qualities, they lead you to liberation. They are conducive to liberation. Cultivate good qualities. Cultivate good qualities. Uh, so one may say like, if a person wants liberation, okay, what Krishna is emphasizing, very important thing. If a person wants liberation, he has to be cultivating divine qualities. Cultivating divine qualities. So one can live in this world, one can live however they want. However they want. There is no restriction, right? He can eat whatever they want. He can eat whatever he wants. He can live with whomever he wants. He can live. He can do dharmic life. He can do adharmic life. He can intoxicate and drugs and many things. A human can live however he wants. If you see a species like tiger, right? What is the nature of tiger? Tiger has some nature. He's programmed. Animals are programmed to live in a certain way. A cow will live in a certain way. The nature of the cow, it eat grass. It's so cool. By nature, the nature of cow itself is gentle. Cow is so gentle. Sometimes we see some things though, but most of the time the nature of the cow is it is programmed to be like that because of its past life impressions or whatever. Right? And the nature of tiger is like that. But what is the nature of human? Nature of human, right? We see wide varieties of human, wide varieties of qualities, uh, and one can live however he wants. But if a person want to progress in spirituality, this is a check. right? If a person want to progress in spirituality, then he has to cultivate divine qualities. It's a must for him. If a person wants a liberation, moksha, I don't want to take birth again. Enough of these birth cycles. I've gone through many, many birth cycles. I don't want to take birth again. For that person, he has to take up and practice few things. A practice of devotional services, spirituality, then is very much required here, to attain some divine qualities. Mm. And if a person is not interested in cultivating good qualities, if a person is not interested in liberation, and he is according to his whims, whatever he wants to do, doesn't care. If he attains liberation or a dog body or a cat body, he doesn't care. Right? He becomes more and more asuric. Right? Krishna talks about it in upcoming verses now. Right? So now Arjuna had heard this. Who Krishna is speaking to? Arjuna. Arjuna is in front of Krishna. Arjuna heard that divine qualities lead you to liberation, demonic qualities lead you to bondage. And Arjuna was thinking, what about me, Krishna? What about me, Krishna? He was quite anxious. He was quite perturbed, anxious. The same anxious he had in the first chapter, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. He was confused, he was worried. Huh? Should I fight? Should I know? He was totally confusion. He was quite worried. What is my duty at this time? Then Krishna spoke, enter Bhagavad Gita. Now he is in the same anxiety, his same worry. What will happen to me? Huh? Will I get liberation? If I need to get liberation, I need to have divine qualities. Do I have divine qualities? Where do I fall, Krishna? He was quite worried. But and 18th chapter also, same thing happens. Then Krishna spoke Sarva Dharman Parityajya Shloka. But anyway, this shloka we are in 16th chapter. Here is in Mahasucha. Krishna is saying beautiful verse, Mahasucha, do not worry, Arjuna. I know you. We both are friends. We played together. We did all the things together. I've seen you throughout your life. You have seen you. You're born abhijatas. You're born with divine qualities. Krishna himself is declaring he is born with divine qualities. But we'll see some examples. Certain times he was demonic. He has some levels of demonic, not demonic, but he showed some pride and heart. We'll see that. Okay, so fifth verse talks about Arjuna was worried. So Krishna says, do not worry, you are born with divine qualities, Arjuna. But what about ourselves? Are we divine or demonic? Krishna did not put our name. So we need to put a chart and see ourselves where do we stand. Am I demonic or divine? So divine qualities lead one to liberation, demonic natures lead one to bondage. They'll got to go through this repeated cycle of birth and death. They become, Krishna says in upcoming verses, right? So they become more and more demonic. Okay, we see terrorists in this world, all kinds of bad qualities. Where are they coming from? Because they were like that in previous lifetimes, and it continued. We don't want to be like that, right? We want to be divine. So these are very important things we can learn. We can help ourselves. We can help our children. If you have children, we can help our children. And if you have friends, you can help them. So the very important thing from Bhagavad Gita. Human life is meant to learn these things. Okay. And Krishna is saying that classifying and saying, I've already explained to Arjuna. I've already explained all the divine qualities. Now I elaborate. Krishna is going to elaborate on demonic natures. He hinted in fourth verse and he's going to elaborate in verse. Okay. So one may question, like, was Arjuna really divine? He was angry. He has to be harsh in the battlefield. Okay. Is that divine or demonic? So anger in itself is not wrong. We learn this. Anger in itself is not wrong. A police officer, to do his duty, to punish a person, he has to be great anger. He has to be harsh. Police officer cannot be like, oh, my dear terrorist. He can't be like so humble, my dear terrorist, my dear criminal. You come here. I'll put this clutches on your hand. You be gentle while walking. You sit gently on my car. No, no, nobody does it. No police officer does it. Police officer will drag, but sometimes police officer go mad. That's a different concept. But he has to be harsh. He has to be harsh because that is his dharma. Dharma is the one which by which we can differentiate what is right and what is wrong. Dharma plays a crucial role. Sanatana Dharma teaches that. Okay? When to be anger, what is a good anger, what is a bad anger. Anger in itself is not wrong. Right? That's the thing. Okay, next 10 minutes I'll tell a story. Story time. We are always bored of so much philosophy, so much bhashan gives a headache. Sometimes smokes will come out of our head. So it is also important to relax and listen to a story. Now we'll listen to a story. But this is about Arjuna. We'll understand Arjuna's mindset. He was proud as he was becoming the world's best archer. He is getting some kind of pride, and but he was humbled. When he was humbled, he got really humbled. His pride levels gone. Okay, but in case of Jarasandha, Duryodhana, they're demonic people. When they get when they are in excessive pride, when they were humbled, they continued their demonic natures. So that is the difference between divine and demonic. So we also in our life, uh, we go through, we get humbled, we become humble, we continue humility. When we get humble, we don't want to carry on. So that is the essence of this story. I told essence of the story because then you know what is the story about. Okay, so let's see. This is a story. Once Arjuna is getting ready. Arjuna is going through difficult times, right? Arjuna, all the Pandavas, they were sent to exile for 13 years. 13 years. Bad timings are going on in his life. Bad timings, really bad timings. Okay, no good wealth, property, prosperity. No good bed to sleep. He is going through tough times. Krishna says a very nice thing. Okay, everybody has to go through tough times. I already spoke in Bhagavad Gita, Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. The place itself is Dukhalayam. So miserable place. We are in this material world. This miserable. Expect suffering. Arjuna says, Krishna says, expect problems. Expect suffering. But make best use of this time. Make best use of this time. This time you go and sharpen your skills. Sharpen your skills. Okay, he's a great archer. He wants to get into the fight now. He has to do Mahabharat war and kill so many people. Or Krishna saying, you are going through difficulties, but make best use of this time. Become a accumulate, get all the astra shastra, all these weapons, and get ready. Make best use of this time. Get ready yourselves. Okay, sometimes in our life also, we are going through difficulties. Why this is happening to me? Right? If you put positive thoughts towards it, maybe something going on with my karma. I'll make this worst situation as a best situation. I can learn something out of it. Right? That's the thing we can learn. So Arjuna is ready, and Krishna, as per instructions of Krishna, Arjuna went to get a weapon that is called Pashupati Astra. Pashupati Astra. Arjuna he'll become most formidable. No one can defeat Arjuna if he has his Pashupati Astra. So he went on, he had Shivalinga, he started worshiping Lord Shiva. And but Shiva was pleased and he was ready to give his Pashupati Astra, but Shiva could understand Arjuna. Let me test Arjuna. Let me do some test. If he pass the test, I'll give him. Okay. And Lord Shiva could know very well if there is any pride, if a person is proud of his abilities, and if a person is not qualified to attain some, you know, powerful things, then he should not be given. Arjuna is not qualified. If he is not qualified, he should not be given this astra weapon, right? So Lord Shiva could know very well. So he wants to test it. Let's see. Okay, so in the guise of a hunter, Lord Shiva appeared, and Lord Shiva sent this boar. Okay, this boar was running here and there. He was making so much noise and creating problem. So that time Arjuna took his bow and arrow. He shot his arrows, and at the same time this hunter was also shooting this boar. So and later, once this boar was dead, Arjuna rushed towards this boar and he could see some other weapons. And he was surprised. Arjuna was surprised. Like he thought, like, if someone is, there are various skills in archery. Someone knows archery. If a best archer could shoot in a certain way and pierce in a certain way, okay, only the best archer knows that. Okay, so Arjuna could think like, he thought it is him. He's the best archer in the world. He is the one who pierced in this certain way. Okay, you ask me like, did he pierce eye, nose, ear? I don't know. Okay, but he pierced in a certain way, and this hunter also pierced in a certain way. He was surprised to see, and hunter was saying it. Hunter was saying Lord Shiva in the guise of hunter. He was saying, it is me. I did it, not you. And Arjuna was like, no, it's not you. I'm the best archer in the world. I did this one. I pierced this boar like this. Okay, so then the argument went, and later, okay, then if you think, then this hunter says, if you think you are the most best archer in the world, have a duel. Let's fight. Okay, so they both had a fight, and Arjuna's proud. He was little bit proud of his archery skills. Slowly diminished. Slowly diminished. He could understand he cannot even fight a hunter. He thought he could fight he could fight all the demigods, all the celestial beings. He has the strength to fight. He had that mindset before, but now he is fighting. His slowly his abilities, his pride, arrogant levels slowly going down. He got totally humbled. He got totally humble. He surrendered to this person. Nobody could defeat me. Who are you? Then that time he went, and he was worshipping Lord Shiva with great resentment. So that time this hunter becomes, he shows his reality, that is Lord Shiva himself. So that time, um, and Arjuna seeks forgiveness. Okay, some kind of dirt came into my mind, and my dear Lord Shiva, you came, you humbled me, you removed this dirt. Thank you very much. Okay, and being pleased by the Arjuna's humility, Lord Shiva granted this weapon, Pashupati Astra. And the good thing about this Astra, the most formidable weapon, he never misused. He did not even use this. Arjuna did not even use it in Mahabharata. uh, that is the thing. If a person gets a power, position, popularity, they go mad. They misuse that. But in case of Arjuna, he did not even misuse it. He knew very well when to use, when not to use. So that's why he's qualified. Okay, so Arjuna's mentality, because he's divine, he's born with divine qualities, little bit of dirt appears, but when he got corrected, he becomes humble. He was not proud again. Okay, it's same with us in our life also. We go through situations, we get humbled. God arranges, God arranges to remove that dirt. When the dirt is removed, we should humble ourselves and continue that humility. And we see in the case of Jarasandha. Jarasandha, he thought he's the most powerful person, and he wants to avenge the death of Kamsa. He wins and challenges Lord Krishna, and he wants to defeat Krishna, kill Krishna. Krishna, actually, this Jarasandha went with 5 million soldiers. 5 million soldiers. He want to avenge death of Kamsa, and he wants to kill Krishna with 5 million soldiers. So Krishna and Balaram is also incarnation of Krishna. They both went, only two people. Only two people, they wiped out entire army of Jarasandha. He got totally humiliated. He was very proud of his wealth and so many elephants, so many horses. He was very proud of his abilities, and he got Krishna and Arjuna totally wiped out all the soldiers. Zero, except Jarasandha. There was nothing. No one was on the battlefield. He got totally humiliated. Krishna left him. Krishna did not kill him. Okay, and he wants to see he becomes humble or not. He was not humble at all. He wants to avenge again. He goes and he makes another army, one big army, 5 million army. After 1 year, he brings again same problem. Krishna, same thing. Krishna and Arjuna, Balram, they wiped out entire. But they left Jarasandh alone. It happened not once, twice, 17 times. 17 times. But his arrogance levels has not gone. So we see in this world also, like people, terrorists, they get punished, they were put in jail, but still their mindset never changes. And the mindset never changes, right? So when we get humble, we need to correct ourselves. That's such an opportunity to correct ourselves. The people who are demonic, like Jarasandha, Duryodhana, when they get humble, they become more and more arrogant, right? So there is demonic nature. Okay, so there is nothing wrong. We are in this material world. We get pride, all these negative qualities, negative traits. It's natural. It comes. But when it comes, when we get humbled by God's arrangement, we need to continue. We need to continue that humility. But if you are becoming more and demonic, more and more demonic, that's where we need to look at ourselves and put a check on that. Okay. With that, we'll stop here. Thank you all for joining. If you have any questions, sharings, or thoughts, we can take now. So I see a new participant, Sonika Prasad. Thank you for joining, Sonika ji.